I'm an open book, bro. You can ask me whatever.
All right, cool, man. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Oh shit. Well, I don't have an introduction for this podcast. But I do go by Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest.
Erick Yung, you're.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm trying to remember when I exactly met you. I don't know if it was like you or maybe like another rapper that went by Erick Yung, but it was like a Reverie show like years ago. I think it was like maybe 2016 or so.
I know whoever he is. I think I don't remember though, but I think I opened up for her once. But there's another Erick Yung. He's for sure not better than I am, bro. So let's get it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I try to find like all the information I can about you, like research and all that. But I guess I'm just gonna start off with some basic questions to get those out the way. So, like where you from and like how long have you been making music for?
I've been making music since I was 14, bro. So I'm 25 right now, so about 11 years, bro.
Okay.
And I come from Santa Ana, bro. I was not born and raised there. I was raised in Costa Mesa for like 5 years or some shit, like the first 5 years of my life. And then I moved to Santa Ana. It's been 7-14 ever since, bro. Santa Ana, bro. And right now I'm staying up in Riverside. I've been up here for a few months just to stay with my parents and shit. But I should be back like in June.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, my mom lives in Riverside. She just moved out there last year. And so,
It's cool, man. It's a little weird. I don't really like it, but
yeah, it really depends on what part of Riverside you're in. Like, you can be on the chill side, and you can also be in the ghetto side, and then you'll just see some random ass shit out there. So that's like one thing. That's like one of my favorite things about Riverside. Cool, man. Well, so like, what kind of brought you into making music yourself? Like, what kind of like drove you to do that?
When I was young, bro, I was listening to a lot of boom bap rap, bro. I used to listen to a lot of boom bap, food, and like, it wasn't anything serious. It was just like me fucking around, bro, and like writing to like beats that I like. To be honest, I didn't even write over instrumentals at first. I just wrote over my favorite songs, and I would like ignore what the rapper was saying, and I would just write over it. And I just carried on, bro. It started turning into something more serious. Like I started writing over instrumentals, and then I started recording when I was like 16. And I was boom bap for a while, bro, for like a few years still, and then I started getting like a more modern sound. You know what I'm saying? And I started evolving like around maybe like 19 years old, and really started like getting to know what making music is really all about. Like singing and like melodies and shit like that, like more complicated songs. And dog, it's been that ever since. It's been me sharpening my tool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's about it, dog.
Yeah, definitely. And that's like one thing I love about modern day like music, like releases within the past like maybe like 7-8 years maybe. Is that like it's been a lot of melodic like music coming out, and like people start having fun with like making hip hop. It's not just straight like you have to talk about like certain things to live up to a standard. It's like you just make the music you want. And so I've always dug that, man. And so I don't know, dude, like are you still independent, or are you like have some kind of label deal at all?
Nah, straight independent, dog. I'm not really looking for like a label and shit. Us, like the homies in Santa Ana, like 714 and shit, I realized that we have basically a lot of shit, bro. Like we have a lot of super dope artists, super dope producers, bro, and smart dudes that like deal with management and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we realized we have kind of like a TDE, man, kind of like a TDE just starting up. So we're not really looking for the labels, to be honest. We're just looking to like push our own shit up and like create something to call our own. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really looking for a label and shit like that.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Cause I was trying to find all this different information I could find, and I seen something on Google as Daddy Cool Records or something like that. I don't know if that might be a distribution site or whatnot, but I can't find nothing. For sure. I mean, like, are you like as of right now just like forever opposed to label work, or are you like pretty open to it depending on what kind of deal it is?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. It does depend a lot on what the label wants from me. Like, if y'all want fucking 10 albums in 2 years, I'm not really fucking with that shit. Not that I can't do it, but like I don't know, it's just work that
that's a fuck ton of work.
I don't need to fucking do. And depending on like how much I can own my music, like is it gonna be my music, or is it gonna be like or like 20% your music. Or, nah, I don't know about that, dude. I want to be able to own my own shit and be able to drop whatever the fuck I want when I want. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, if I sign to a label, it's gotta be on like very loose terms, bro.
Okay, cool. And so, I try to find more, like, from Spotify at least. It seems to be just, like, singles released. But SoundCloud, you do have a project up called With My Dogs Times 2. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, times 2.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but there's also, like, another, there's, like, 4 songs with the same cover art. So I don't know if that's also, like, another project as well. It
I
has
think you're talking about Dying to Live.
No, but talking about what?
Dying to Live, that's, it's like a car, right? With like burning rubber. Got you. Yeah, that was part of a project actually called Dying to Live. I had it up for a while, but I took it down. I don't know. I guess just to create more demand. You know what I'm saying? But like people have been asking me for that project back. I might drop it soon, but I just don't believe that it's the time for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't dropped a lot of projects. I've only been a part of 714, 1 and 2, and then. Like Dying to Live and Moonwalking is one that I dropped a long time ago that we also took down, and When My Dog Sings Too. Those are the only projects that I dropped. But I'm dropping another project around fall. I'm thinking October 2nd. That's when my birthday is. So it's called Sol. So you speak Spanish, right?
I can understand it to an extent. I'm Mexican, but like I'm pretty whitewashed.
No, you're fine. No, but it's called Sol, which means, I'm sure you know.
Sun. Like yeah, SOL, right?
Yeah, SOL.
Cool.
So
Spanish word of the day. And then,
so I'm gonna drop that fall, and it's very close to my heart, bro. This is different than the shit that I've dropped. You know, like if you take a listen to 714, and it's on some gang shit, and then like if you take a listen to like Dying to Live is fucking hard, and then you take a listen to like With My Dogs, me getting fucking faded with my homies, you know. So Soul is basically a album about love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an album that I wrote straight from my heart. Like to be honest, the most honest piece of music and the piece of music that I love the most, bro. So that's what it's gonna be, and I'm excited to drop it, bro. And I'm gonna drop some sick visuals with it, and I already have my boys from Legendary. They're a clothing company, but they deal with a lot of management, so they're gonna help me with like pushing it out and stuff, and like coming up with a marketing strategy. And I have some dough to put behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then so like, cause I know you said something about I can't believe I already fucked up the name already. The one with the card in front. What was the name of that album or project?
Dying to Live.
Dying to Live. And I did see some of the credits on there. Like you did have work with the like Trillis 16. Right, and then but you also had Self-Provoked on that album or project. So how did it feel even like collaborating with those two artists?
16 is my fucking homie, bro. That was my fucking homie, and all of his homies are fucking sick, bro. It was cool, bro. Like I've made songs with him before. I'm actually on his tape, this other tape. I don't know what it's called, but I'm actually on that tape. The song called Best Friend or Best Friend or some shit like that. and Self is cool, man. He came over to Santa Ana and recorded the verse like hella fucking quick. He's like, yo, what's up, G? I'm like, yo, what's up, dog? You look all fucked up. And he's like, yeah, I'm tired as fuck. And I was like, oh, you want to record it? He's like, yeah, bro, let's just do it, man. I'm not tripping. So I was like, all right. He recorded it all fast. We recorded in like 2 takes or some shit. But he's dope, man. He's dope. I haven't really worked with him since. But yeah, dude, we made a good song, man. We made a good song together. That song is actually one of my favorites on Dying to Live.
And do you ever feel like intimidated for like collaborating with anybody on a song?
No.
Nah.
To be honest, I feel like me being on a song with somebody, I feel like going even harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never on no beef shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to be the hardest one on there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to like listen to the song, and when I come on, they be like, "Yo, who the fuck is this?" You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm aiming for. So if you get on track with me, bro, I'm trying to kill you for sure, bro.
No, exactly. You have to have that competitive spirit. Honestly, that's like my favorite thing about having features on songs. Like that's why when people have like Eminem on a song, it's like, dude, that's not your song no more now. That's like Eminem's song. And then, but I also feel like if you're having featured, people featuring on your own like music, Like it really pushes you to really try to like make sure you don't lose that shit. Yeah, otherwise you have to cheat and put a second verse in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've had people like fucking be like, yo, let me re-record my verse, man. I was like, nah, bro, you gotta keep this one, bro. It's fucking real, man. You gonna hear my shit and be like, yo, let me re-record my shit. Like, nah, bro, keep it. You know, but yeah, no, I don't feel intimidated. I'm not really a guy that feels intimidated by many. Maybe if I was on a song with Kendrick, that'd be different. You know what I'm saying? But nah, around people around my city or like other cities, I'm not really tripping off.
Okay,
You know
and then it was like those idol like people like Kendrick. Would you say is it's like part of that list?
Yeah, for sure. Kendrick for sure is gonna be like one of my idols, bro.
Okay.
Schoolboy Q is another one, bro. I fucking love Schoolboy Q, bro.
Yeah, man.
But even the singers, bro, like SZA, bro. Fucking even Isaiah Rashad, he's a sick ass rapper too, bro. I fuck with all the TDE, bro. Yeah. And you know, there's other artists who like fucking Drake. I fuck with Smoke Bird, fucking whoever the fuck. I'm not tripping. But I am a fan of all of my homies, bro. My homies are fucking sick. Dude.
Well, tell us a little more about 714.
What?
Tell us more about 714 then.
714 is just a group of homies. It's like 13 of us, bro. It's like me, Tiz, Rare, Germ, Mike, Jimmy, Nola, AJ, Joel. It's a fuckload of us. I'm probably leaving some names out. I don't want to hurt any feelings, but it's like 13 of us, bro. And we just kind of met, like, I don't know. I think it was Germ was the first one to come around. Germ Lean was the first dude to come around, and ever since then, like, he just started bringing all the homies around, like Nolik and shit, and yeah, dog, he just started coming around, and we just kind of clicked. We were like, all of us just clicked, bro. I don't know what it was. Like, we were just like all the same food. We liked the same shit. We rapped hard as fuck. Like, we like smoking hella fucking weed. You know what I'm saying? So like, so it was cool, dog. We just all clicked, and we made the first 714 album on accident. We were just making shit together. Like, we didn't sit down and be like, yo, we're gonna make a fucking album. You know, it was never like a plan. We just kind of did it. And then the second 714 is actually leftovers from the first time, and then some new ones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dog. Like, they're my fucking homies, man. I love all those foods, like Germ food, Rare. Those are all fucking sick. Nullook too. Anytime I get a beef from Nullook, this is fucking amazing. You know, so yeah, they're all fucking dope, man. And Tiz, I've known Tiz for fucking like 9 years. He was the first dude. Like, 714 basically started with me and him. You know, like a long ass fucking time ago, bro. So like we always stuck by each other, and like I always like hopped on his shit. He always hopped on my shit. Like we rapped together in shows and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like my hype man, or I was his hype man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
that's how it started.
Cool. And are you guys from Santa Ana, or just like the whole area code in general?
I believe we're all from Santa Ana. Yeah, from what I know. That's why, like, me being in Riverside, like, I'm not really fucking with it, because it's all 714, bro. You know, it's always been that. So yeah, I believe we're all from Santa Ana, and yeah, fool.
Okay, for sure. Well, I do definitely want to get in touch. I do want to get into the subject of my favorite song. Definitely the big single. Well, to me personally, I think it's a big single, Mariposa. With dude, you and Daniel James on that shit. I'm not gonna front, dude. Like, I when I checked it out, I was like, okay, this probably just gonna be like an average song, like, or whatnot. Dude, I had to send that to like a lot of the girls I have on my phone, just cause like I know they love that music. So I had to send that out, dude, and they all, like, a couple of them, I can show you screenshots. A couple of them already, like, put in their playlist. So it's like, wow, you know, that shit was tight. I'm not gonna front. It's a really good song.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, it's just fucking sick. I love Mariposa, bro. Dizzy was making a beat one day. That's my boy Daniel James. He was making a beat one day, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And he's like, yo, I just made it, bro. You fucking it? I was like, yeah, bro. And we started fucking around, just like singing like random shit. We're like, and I was like, yo, this shit sounds fucking sick. Let me have this shit. And he's like, I'm down, dude. So I started writing it, and I got that melody because we were fucking around. We were just fucking around, and we were just like singing some dumb shit. But I used it, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I used it for the chorus, and then the verses came out. It was super fun making that song, and then I wrote that part that Dizzy was singing. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I told him to sing it because he just has a really nice voice. It's like super soft. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you sing it for me. And he's like, all right, for sure. So he started singing it, and she comes out fucking great. And I feel like that for sure is a staple in Santa Ana. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people fuck with that song. I appreciate you showing all your homegirls, bro. Because it doesn't surprise me that they fuck with it because it's very like that sound. You know, it's like for the honeys. You know. But what people don't realize is that song is actually kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? It's actually like me being away from the love of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm worried that she's like scared and alone. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish like the best for her and stuff. Like it's actually kind of sad, but people don't interpret it like that. Like it sounds so fucking happy. Yeah. So like they always pick it up as like happy. You know, put out like playlists, fucking turn up to it. But yeah, dude, we performed in Santa Ana and like we go oh, you know, the part where you go oh, and the fucking we cut the beat off and the whole crowd yells it, bro. It's just fucking crazy, super crazy, bro. You know, because that's just super close to my heart. I wrote it for like the love of my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like for people to be fucking with it that much means a lot for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just writing this shit because it's fun. Like I'm doing this shit because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing it because like I'm venting like things that are inside of my heart, and like for people to fuck with that shit is unbelievable, bro. So I'm so fulfilled every time I make a song and people fuck with it. That's the most fulfilling feeling in the world, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember checking out the music video for it, man, and I was like, you know what, man? I like music videos. I like titties. You know, like, hey, why don't we just put titties in the music video? Fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shit was tight.
Yeah, bro, that video was fun. I mean, it was more work for sure, bro. It looks fun, but it was a lot of work for you. But we went to Rosarito. We went to Rosarito, and we're like, yo, G, let's go to Rosarito and shoot this video. And like, Disney was like, fuck it. And then my shooter, he's actually my cousin, the guy who made the video.
Oh, tight.
And he's like, yeah, fuck. His name is Joel, but yeah, dude, he was like, all right, fuck it, and then we went, and then we're just fucking walking around, fucking everywhere. We rented quads, actually flipped one of those quads, like, we didn't get it on camera, or else I would have put it in the fucking video, but, you flip one of those quads, and then, shot some more in Santa Ana, like, or not Santa Ana, Huntington, and, yeah, it came out fucking perfect, fool. Like, we had already dropped the song, but we thought, like, yo, this shit needs a music video, bro.
No, hell yeah. I mean, definitely that music video like helped enhance like my experience with it, and that's my favorite thing about music videos is that like you know you create it or whoever directs the whole shit, you're bringing a visual to whatever you're announcing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it comes off as like a whole like positive summer vibe. Is because like you have the whole essence, let alone the whole sound to it. You have titties, so I was like, dude, I'm not gonna be sad with titties in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Hey, I love titties. I just gotta say that, man. I think.
I feel you, dog. Me too. No, I see what you're saying.
Shit. So what? Your titty over mask, man?
It was actually really hard to get those girls to do that because I don't know, like a guy asking a girl to do that, they're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, but so we had a homegirl there, and my homegirl was like, I was like, yo, can you ask one of these girls to like, I don't know, just tell me you're fucking, I don't know, just ask them to like say hi to the camera and shake their ass, man. I don't fucking know. And she was like, all right, for sure. So she goes up to a girl, and the baddest honeys, bro. She goes up to the baddest honeys, and she's like, hey, I'm a blogger from the U.S. Would you mind like saying hi to the camera? Like, I don't know, like shaking your ass or like shaking your titties. And they're like, oh yeah, and they just fucking do it like that. It was easy as that, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Finesse that.
Yeah, I used to always tell like all my friends, like, dude, like have like one of the girls like teach them how to do a wingman job. Promise you, you'll have their fucking rates of getting like laid is up there now, dude. Like it's just how it is, man. They just feel comfortable, you know. Like they're probably used to guys even approaching them in the first place, but you send a homegirl in.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, because we tried, you know what I'm saying? Like the guy, like we tried as guys, but it wasn't working for us. So I gave up and I was like, yo, girl, we need your help. And she's like, all right, for sure. And then, fuck, dude, just like that, super easy. I was kind of salty, to be honest. I was like, yeah, I don't understand this.
No, it happens, man. You know, like, it's even worse when like you have like your lesbian friends around you, or like people that are into girls, and they just like take the girl instead. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's even worse. It's like, damn, like she was supposed to be mine. You
For
know,
real, dog.
shit. That just explains my whole love life. God damn. Anyways, but yeah. So there's this thing on the show that I do now is you know, since we're having the whole quarantine lockdown shit right now. Let's just say this thing extends out to the rest of the year, all right? And for some reason the Wi-Fi fucks up. Streaming services are all twacked out now. For some reason you only have 3 options to choose from when it comes to listening to music. You know, but 3 artists or bands. You get the whole discography, including like features and shit and production, blah blah blah. Who you rocking with?
All right, so three artists at what?
Like 3 artists or bands, like either one, to rock for the rest of the year.
To rock the rest of the year. Good question, man. For sure, Schoolboy Q.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Blake Jones, man. If y'all haven't heard Blake Jones, the innovator on Instagram, he's fucking sick. And my boy Tiz, man. He's a sick rapper too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. So like, if I was being introduced to Blake and Tiz's music, what was like one song you'll like tell me like immediately to check out?
Okay, Lift Off by Blake Jones for sure is fucking sick. But the songs that he hasn't put out but he's going to are fucking amazing, bro. Tiz, I would say. What the fuck is the name of that song? Okay, Cares is a sick one. It's actually off a project that he just dropped, bro. It's called Cares.
For sure.
And Schoolboy Q, bro. Probably.
Better question for Schoolboy. What's your favorite project from Schoolboy?
Oxymoron, bro. For sure, Oxymoron, bro.
I feel that.
He dropped another one, Blank Face, that I liked a lot. But Oxymoron for sure is my favorite, bro. That's my favorite one. I'll still listen to that shit right now.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that, man. Like I went back to the song with him, Corrupt, and Tyler. I underestimated that song, man. I was like, okay, this sounds too much like Tyler. But then when you hear Corrupt spit his shit, I was like, all right, you know what? He's actually killing it. You know, this is a really good song. But I do think an underrated ass song on that album is Blind Threats with Raekwon.
Oh yeah, bro. That shit's fucking sick, dude.
The whole melody and everything, like that was radio worthy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, bro. It's just fucking sick. I also like Break the Bank a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, is Hell of a Night on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hell of a Night's fucking amazing, bro. I like EDM a lot. I actually have a lot of EDM shit that I've made, bro.
So like, how about DJs? You know, where you at with DJs with that?
Jesus, bro. I used to go to raves a lot, bro. I think like, I don't know, dog. Like the simple ones, you know, like Avicii, Benny Benassi, fucking. Bingo players for sure, fucking sick. Afrojack, bro, is amazing. Fucking even Mr. Robs, I think is one of them. And then that should be it, bro. That's probably my favorite ones.
For sure. I feel you on the raves, man. You know, like I like going to raves myself. Definitely, you know, drugs helped out a lot, but yeah, I've always loved it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I used to go, fucking delinquents, bro. Where you just go, you just do that shit, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're just enjoying the youth, man. You know,
yeah.
That's like one thing that I talked to Tyke from Rialto. I had him on the show like a couple of days ago, and we talked about like, you know, like drugs and everything. And it's like, it's just a difference, man. Like if you're young doing your drugs, you know, just have the maturity. You know, like all right, I'm just enjoying my youth now. Not gonna make a habit of this, and then you know we're gonna move forward from here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying, dog. Yeah, me and my girl used to go to those shits and like fucking take hella E, bro. Just like hella Molly, bro. Just a bunch of shit. We would like sneak in so much shit. Like that's all it was, bro. Like that's all it is. Like I don't think I could go to one sober. I guess I could go to one sober, but yeah, it wouldn't be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Like I went last year sober because you know my chick at the time didn't like that stuff, so I try to get drunk, but it just costs too much to try to get drunk, and
Yeah,
so
for sure.
yeah, and so but it was still a lot of fun though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, I try not to depend on substances to just enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. And then so cool, man. That leads to another question of mine. That I also started doing on the show, is that I'm creating like playlists for like certain moods or certain events that I'm gonna go to, such as like a road trip or like a first date. Like a different type of mood and everything. And so I picked a random fuck, I'm all tongue tied. I picked a random one today, and basically a song that you would play on vacation.
On vacation? That's a good question, man.
Mm-hmm. See
It's
that?
kind of hard to answer this shit because, to be honest, I bump a lot of my own shit through. You know what I'm saying? Like my unreleased shit, so you wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. But like,
Shit, I can
if
know.
if I had a big bruh, I guess for sure my shit on SoundCloud there's a song called Pressure. I like it a lot, bro. I actually produced that one, bro. Yeah, Pressure is like really good food. Mariposa too, depending on where you're going. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I'm putting that the day we get fucking released from this lockdown. I'm playing that shit like if I'm at the beach, the kickback, dude. That's a fucking jam, dude. Like people that actually listen, they will know what the fuck you're talking about. But like, all in all though, like you're gonna be dancing, man. It's kind of inevitable.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, for sure, Mariposa, man. It's just fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the songs that me and Daniel James have together are fucking amazing. We actually want to drop another project this summer. It's like 4 songs, 5 songs, or some shit.
Yeah.
So I have those to y'all, but yeah, dude. To be honest, like, who else, man?
I'm not gonna lie though, man. I definitely like. I'm actually interested in even interviewing Daniel James as well because he has that voice, man, and so you guys both complimented each other's voices on the song. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It just made it something great.
Yeah, for sure, bro. He's got like we've had him on. I have him on another song too. It's called Numb. It's gonna drop too on the project that I'm talking about. But I was trying to sing something, but I couldn't. Like, I don't know, my voice is just too rough. Like I didn't like the way it sounded. And I was like, yo, sing this shit. Can you sing this shit? And he was like, yeah, for sure. And then he sang it because his voice is so like soft. You know what I'm saying? Like higher pitched than mine. It just came out perfect. So we just kept it like that, bro. I was like, yo, this is fucking amazing. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. So when it comes to creating music and even just releasing whatever you can, it's like, how do you really fight? Like, do you have like a problem battling like overthinking or insecurities when it comes to releasing music?
I guess a little bit. Like Catching Thunder, for example, that was a song that was super, super close. You know what I'm saying? But I've noticed that when I drop music that's like closer to my heart, and like I need to learn how to be more vulnerable, people fuck with it a lot more because they connect to it. You know what I'm saying? So like Catching Thunder, for example, that was a tough one to release. But no, I don't think it's like a battle. I'm just like, fuck. All right, fuck it. You know, like it's kind of how it goes. I'm just like, all right, fuck it, let's just drop it. Like, that's kind of what soul is. You know, and I've been talking about this project for a long fucking time, fool. Like, people know about that word. Like, they know, like, that I'm gonna drop something named soul. You know what I'm saying? And it's very close to my heart, bro. It has to do with, like, all the spectrums of love, fool. Like, everything that love has to do with. Like, I'm sure you've experienced, fool, like, fucking, like, breaking up, like, I don't know, like, going through tough times, trying to figure it out, like, really feeling love, being away from somebody and wanting them back. Like, that's all the whole spectrum of love, food. Like everything that love is and what it is to be in a relationship, that's what soul is.
Okay, well, let's get a little deep on that love conversation then, man. Like how many times have you had to be in that predicament to either break someone's heart or get your heart broken?
The only time I've been in love is just once with the girl that I'm with right now, for sure. Like me knowing what love is. For sure, just once, bro, with this girl, and but yeah, dude, I've not proud of it, man. But I've broken some girls before, you know, like not on purpose. Like I'm not been like, yo, like I care about you so much, like lying to them. I haven't lied to them, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's gotten to the point where I was fucking around and they started catching feelings, and I was like, yo, I can't do that right now, you know, like at the time I'd gotten out of a relationship, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that shit right now. Like I'm not trying to be caught up in that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, and they pretended like they were cool with it, but I could tell that I don't know, that they were catching feelings and they were like salty, not salty, but like hurt that they didn't have me the way that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I've heard a few girls, you know, be in that aspect, but no, it's never been like I'm lying to them and shit, being a fucking scumbag. It hasn't been like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been on that side of the spectrum. I've lied and broke girls' hearts, but I've been played myself too. So you know, it makes the world go round. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, you know, what would you say is like one of your favorite dates that you're taking a chick on?
It's kind of weird. I get me and the girl that I'm in love with is like, we used to have like little dates. We like go on, like we love fucking sushi. Like we go out to eat sushi or we go to the fucking movies and shit. But my favorite thing to do with her, bro, is go to the park and like watch the sunset or like chill like under the night sky. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just talk, bro. Like spill out our fucking emotions and talk about fucking everything. Food or like talk about our fears, like talk about our dreams, bro. Talk about our worries. You know what I'm saying? Or like what we're going through, what we're struggling with. You know what I'm saying? You know, that is like something that's always gonna be super deep for me, bro. It's like going to the park and just chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or like smoking with her and shit, or not. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to fucking smoke, but like, but yeah, going to the park with her, bro, for sure is one of my favorites, bro.
Okay, for sure. Cool, man. I only have like about 2 more questions before we dip out of here, bro. But what do you see yourself in 2025?
Blown up already, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it for the money. I don't want it. Like, it has nothing to do with money, bro. It has nothing to do with that. Like, yeah, of course, man. Like, when I get money, I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm gonna take care of my friends and shit. But 2025, I for sure see me blown up already because I want my music. I want my music to touch the hearts of everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be everywhere because I know that I have a good message, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that I have a good message and I know that I have something valuable to say, not just like, yo, I fuck bitches day and night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I have something valuable to say. So by 2025, for sure, I see me fucking everywhere, bro. And more than that, probably more than that, you know, like, I see me throwing my own shows too, like big shows, and like working with my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So, what are some dream collaborations that you would have?
Some dream collaborations? For sure, Kendrick, bro. For sure, Schoolboy, bro. A singer for sure, like SZA, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even fucking Kehlani, fucking Beyonce and shit, for sure, bro. Food. That's pretty much it, brother. Dream collaborations. It's not like I'm dying to fucking work with Drake. If it happens, it happens. You know, it's fucking great. But for sure, Kendrick and Schoolboy, man. I just want to be able to make a song with Kendrick and Schoolboy, bro, individually. You know. For sure.
Cool, man. Well, you know, you kind of already touched on Soul earlier, but you know, do we have any other upcoming releases coming up anytime soon?
I do. I have this song called Daydreaming that I'm gonna drop on May 20th. Me and my boy Gams. I'm on the chorus and he's on the verse, and the song is fucking dope, bro. Like, I wrote it a long time ago. Like, I wrote it like I don't know, months ago. I feel like 8 months ago, some shit like that. I was at his studio, and my boy Turtle, he was actually chilling with him at his studio. That's like across the way from mine. We're not too far away from each other. Like, it's literally right across the hall. And so my boy Turtle texted me, and he was chilling in there with Gams. And he was like, yo, G, I gotta be there. You're gonna sound fucking dope on. Come through. And I was like, all right, for sure, I'll be right there. So I walk over, and Turtle and Gams are there. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? They start rolling a blunt, and Turtle was like, yo, listen to this fucking beat. And he played it, or he's like, Gams, you play that shit. So Gams started playing it, and I was like, I was gonna go to a party in like an hour, but I was like, yo, let me write some shit to her. And then he was like, you wanna write something to it? I was like, yeah, dude, I got something. I know that I can write something dope to this, bro. And he's like, alright, for sure, bro. So I wrote it all quick, and then I recorded it. I was having trouble recording it because it wasn't my studio, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, like, in my comfort zone. So my boy Turtle comes into the booth, and he's like, yo, G, alright? And I was like, hey, I'm cool. I'm just like, trying to get into the groove, you know? And he's like, it's alright, fool, you're Erick Yung, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got it, fool. Just don't think about it too hard, you know what I'm saying? I was like, alright, for sure. Alright, for sure. And then he got out of the booth, and that take that I did after that talk was actually the one, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm excited to drop that one, bro. I really love that fucking song. I do have a lot more music dropping, like, before Sol. Maybe, like, four or five other songs, you know? But, yeah, Daydreaming for sure, dropping May 20th, bro. We're gonna do a little video for it. Me and my boy Joe are gonna do like a little promo clip, not a full video, but a little promo clip and like a lyric video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be tight, man. I feel like people are gonna like it for sure.
For sure. And I totally forgot there was another question here I wanted to ask was like performances and such. Do you have like any memorable like sets that you've done or like any like memorable encounters like going to or from the show?
Yeah, for sure. I remember my favorite show. It wasn't really even a show, but I had a mic and I was rapping with my homies. But it was actually at the 714 release party, bro, the very first one. And we must have had like it was at the studio, so we had to like open our studio, which is like super small. It's not like too big. We had like that shit packed, and then we asked our homies from next door who were super cool. They fucking party a lot too. So yo, can we use your space to like throw a party? They're like, yeah, for sure. So we had that shit packed out, and we had the fucking hallways like next to them packed out with people playing beer pong on the fucking tables and shit. And then outside there was like 40 fucking people just smoking and shit. We must have had like 100 people that fucking night, food. And we played the album. And as the album was playing, for the first time people were hearing it, we were rapping it. Like, I started rapping it on the mic, my boys were rapping it. And the whole room was jumping, bro. We were on the second floor. I thought the fucking floor was going to cave, bro. I thought that we were literally going to fall through the fucking floor, yo. The whole place was jumping, bro. That for sure is one of my most memorable shows, like performances and stuff, you know?
Okay, for sure. It's not like one of those Sheck West moments where like the whole second floor just like caved in and shit.
Yeah, bro, for real, kind of like that. Just they didn't cave in, you know. But yeah, dude, this shit was fucking sick, food. I still remember it, bro. Like it was fucking yesterday, though. This shit was amazing. It was one of my favorite nights, bro.
And I'm gonna ask one more question just because I noticed it just barely right now. Is that a face tattoo?
Yeah, dog.
What 714?
714, bro.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
714, bro. Yeah, dog. One day it had to do with the music for sure, like the homies, but 714 is just always gonna be something that's gonna be super close to my heart, bro. Like, and Santa Ana, bro, is just my fucking home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just always gonna be a part of me. It made me who I am, you know. And so yeah, dude, I'm gonna carry that shit with me wherever I fucking go, you know. So one day I remember I was like, I booked an appointment to get my tattoo. It was originally gonna be a 714 tat, and on the way there, I was like, "Where the fuck am I gonna get this tat? Like on my wrist or something?" No, it's kind of girly. I'll get it right here. And then I got there, and then like, all right, so where are we gonna tattoo you? I was like, I want it right here. And they're like, okay, on your face. Do you have any other tattoos? I was like, no.
Oh, that's your only tattoo?
Yeah, that's my only tattoo. I'm gonna get some more for sure, but yeah, this is my only tattoo right now. And that's what the dude was tripping on. He was like, yo, you don't have any of those tattoos? You want to get face tat? I was like, yeah, for sure. And he was like, alright, dude, what kind of font you want? And I was like, I want like an old English font. And I showed him the cover to 714, and I was like this, exactly like this. And he was like, alright, for sure, I'll do it. And
Like he
It
didn't
was
try
gonna
to
be
talk you out
originally, it
out
was
of it at
originally
all.
gonna be. What happened?
He didn't try to talk you out at all.
They didn't, but they did charge me $150 for this little ass tattoo, bro. And the reason it was so expensive was because it was on my face. Because they like want to try to prevent people from getting face tats. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they charged extra. So I was like, all right, for sure, I'll pay $150. I don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to the dude while he was tattooing me. He was super cool, dude. He was a super cool dude. We're getting along good. And when he was done, he was like, all right, there you go, take a look at it. And I was like, looking at it, I was like, yo, this shit's fucking perfect, bro. This looks hard.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, all right, for sure. You can just pay me $100, bro. It's cool. And I was like, all right, for sure. And I paid him like an extra $20, like a tip, you know what I'm saying? I was like, there you go, bro. It's not a lot, but get yourself some lunch or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, for sure, man. Thank you, bro. You have any other tattoos, bro? Come hit me up. Any ideas, yeah? And yeah, that's how 714 came about on my face, you know? And it's funny, when I got this tattoo, obviously it's kind of like a big thing, you know, people don't have tattoos all over their fucking face for the most part. So like when I got this tattoo, like a bunch of people started noticing me around Santa Ana, like, and noticing my music. They're like, yo, dude. And they call me that. They're like, hey, you're Erick Yung, you're 714. I was like, a lot of us on 714, but yeah, I got 714 that, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. That's when they started like really noticing that I was really serious about this shit. Like, I'm not trying to do anything else with my life, but I'm trying to make music forever, bro, and like maintain myself for sure, bro.
For sure. Well, damn, man, I have to go to one of your shows when this whole shit lifts up, man. I gotta get that backstage experience.
For sure, bro. Yeah, bro. You can rock with us anytime, bro. You know what I'm saying? So whenever this shit blows over, I'll let you know for sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to come back with my boy Daniel James. Actually, when we perform, we're actually called The Experience. So I want to come back with my boy Daniel James and like rock a show because people really love us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like if we come back with The Experience for show, it's gonna be appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. And then like that's like another thing too. I've been doing with like everybody that I've interviewed so far, is that like when this whole shit lifts up, we'll do like a fucking in-person interview as well. You know,
Sure.
and so that's why I think it'd be great to have both you two on the same show again. You know,
Yeah,
I did see the last interview you guys did on I think with the Rodriguez show or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Rodriguez show, they're cool.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm like, you know what, man, like I want to do my in-persons when this whole shit blows over. Just because like I'm trying to do more than just only FaceTime type of interviews, but you gotta do what you can for this time of need.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Of course, man. Yeah, and I'll do an in-person interview too when this whole shit blows over, bro.
For
Yeah,
sure,
I really
man.
rock with this shit, man. I like it, man. I like this shit. It's a good vibe.
Cool, man. Thank you so much for that. You ever heard of the East of the River crew?
No, I haven't.
Dude, check them out. I'll shoot you some of their music, man. You got like Mad Max and Zay, Hollow Visions, like. Yeah, they're all pretty dope people from LA and shit, man. They're really crazy like writers and stuff.
For sure, send me their shit. I'm down to listen.
For sure, man. Well, just like an intro, I don't have an outro either, but I do go by Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest,
Erick Yung.
Cool, man. Peace and love. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, for sure, bro.